So good morning, class. Today we are converting a number that is already in its expanded form. We are converting the number into decimal. The question says convert the following to what? Decimals. So what do I do when I see this type of question? It's a very simple one. I will first deal with the question the way it is. In this question, we have whole number parts. We have whole numbers. So I'm going to add the whole numbers together. Then I'm going to add the fraction parts together. But we are converting to decimals. So I'm going to be converting these fraction parts to decimals before adding. So what do? I have 50 plus 7 gives me what? 57. Now, so I have that the whole number part is equal to 57. Before I add all these things, there are two ways I can do this. I can use the regular fraction method and solve as fraction, then convert my answer to decimal. But there is something I want to teach here. I'm going to work on converting each of these fractions to decimals. So 3/100, how do I convert it to decimal? All I need to do is to remove the 2 zeros. That's like dividing by 100. When I divide by 100, when I remove the 2 zeros, I will move 2 steps backward. What happens to this empty space? I will put a 0. Any empty space, I will use 0 to fill it up. So this is 0.03. I will put a 0 point here. Let's go to 8 over 1,000 over 1,000. 1, 2, 3. I will move, like I said, 2, 3. Vacant space, empty space, I will put zeros there. So I have 0.008 and put a 0 here because there is nothing there. That's why I put a 0. I have 5 over what? 10,000 equal to, I will cancel the 4 zeros and I will move how many times? 4. 1, 2, 3 and what? 4. So the vacant spaces, I'm going to use zeros to fill it up. So I have 0.0005. Okay, the next question is, I have this one, and I have 57. So I should add everything together. I can add this one, the decimal, get the answer, and then add the answer to 57. But there is something I want to teach here. Like I will always say, math is not just, most times some math questions you have different methods of solving. Are you getting it now? So what do? I will put the biggest number on top. If I'm adding or subtracting decimal, I'm going to put the biggest number on top. Now, before I proceed, these 3 decimals, which one is the biggest decimal? Someone might say this one because it's the longest, but that's wrong. To compare decimals, all you need to do is to compare the numbers before the decimal point. You compare, see the numbers before the decimal point. Okay, all of them are the same 0. I will leave that one and compare the first number after the decimal point. After the decimal point, see this one is 0. This first number here is 0, and this one is also 0. So all of them are the same, right? So I will leave it. I will compare the second decimal place. That is, this one is 3. The second number here is 3. This one is 0, and this place is what? 0. Are you seeing it now? So which one is bigger, the 3 or the 0 or this 0? It is the 3. So this one now is the biggest decimal here. I just taught you converting comparing decimals. Now, if you are working with a whole number, you want to add or subtract a whole number and a decimal. What you need to do is to see this whole number. I will make this whole number a decimal too. How? I will put a point. I will look for the longest decimal, the longest, not the biggest, longest. How many decimal places does this have? 1, 2, 3, and 4. That determines how many zeros I'm going to put here. 3 and 4. Now, I'm going to under this the 57.0000. Now, remember this place, the place value of this place is units or ones. What's the place value of this one? Units or ones. So I will put the 0 there and put my point. This is 0, 3. So I will make sure that each number falls where it's supposed to be. Now this one 0, I will put it 0, 0 and what? 8. This one 0.000 and what? 5. So I can use zeros to fill this place up. The same thing if you're asked to subtract decimals, that's the same method. Are you getting it now? You arrange it according to how big the numbers are, and then you place it well. Okay, this one, if you add everything here 5, add everything here 8, you add everything here 3, you add everything here 0 point, you add everything here 7. So that is 57.0385. Thank you and have a lovely day.